Hi, all. Just doing a little introduction of my project that I'm doing for this EMDA class, working on some of our digital portfolio skills. I'm working through a method for storing resources and creating estimates for business travel for VA, specifically for my team first, and we'll kind of see how it works and then expand it and maybe offer it out to our department and go from there as far as scaling it up. The background is that the current processes for creating business travel estimates are not standardized. There are links and different websites and different places where policies are maintained, and sometimes you don't know if they're the most up to date. So it's really inefficient, and it makes it really difficult and time consuming to come up with an accurate estimate for travel. It's imperative that we give an accurate estimate because when it comes to budget, we need to plan accurately. If we come back and we're grossly over our estimated expense, it could have negative implications on our budget, including overspending, which is illegal. So it's really important that we try to keep a good grasp on our travel costs and have good estimates. Some of the risks and challenges that I'm encountering are the security, sharing information from VA here is a little bit of an issue. I think that I can use some of my travel that I've applied for as examples without sharing anybody else's information. So I think we can kind of get around that. But it does limit us to what platforms that we can look at and how I can store, save, and share information, along with how we just how we all operate. There's also fund constraints. I'm limited. I cannot bring a new software package or a new platform into the enterprise as of or for fiscal year 25. We have like no budget. We keep saying we're going off the fiscal cliff. And so we have to leverage any capability that we already have. We can't purchase one-off licenses. So I really need to look at things that we already have available to us and that everybody has access to. We can't, go purchase more licenses for like something like ServiceNow to let individuals who don't already have access use it. So it has to be something that's already enterprise wide. Um, so the recommendation is to create a central location to store resources and to include a standardized workbook for travelers so they can enter their information and try to come up with a good travel estimate. And as of right now, I'm looking at doing a Teams channel, which I've already created a test in, where I can store policy links, resources. I can make posts to everybody within the channel so that they can see updates or when there's been changes. I'm looking at an Excel workbook that has locked formulas in it that people can drop their estimate numbers in and it will do all the calculations for them. As far as advertising this, I'm gonna do a bulletin that I'll create in Canva, and I'll post that one to the channel and also put it out through our comms teams. We do have pretty heavily regulated communications, and that has to go through certain rigor. So that may not be able to be complete within the 5 weeks, but I'll prepare it and start it through the process. I also can do a vlog that can be posted to the channel explaining to people kind of how to use the resources and what's there and its intent. So that's another piece that I'd like to do. As far as desired outcome, obviously a more efficient process for calculating our business travel estimates and central location. As far as alternatives, I am doing analysis of alternatives for different solutions. So to see if there's something besides Teams or besides Excel. I know that there is much better technology. There is automation. There's all kinds of different things. But again, I'm very limited and constrained as to what I can use, what we've already paid for. And then also, it's very specific what we're calculating. And so I need to make sure that everything is coming out accurately and all that information is right. So I know there are softwares that we could go out and buy that are specific for doing estimates and things like this. but unfortunately in the government, you have to kind of make do with what you have. So we're going to try to develop this. These are just some of the links that are related to business travel estimates that I have been looking at, and that will need to be in this central location. There's Concur. This is where all of our travel's booked. It's where we can do some of our calculations where we'll pull like airfare and hotel cost. We have the Financial Service Center's intranet. It's going to have policies, frequently asked questions. We have our local orgs, SharePoints, where we have local policies on top of national policies. There's the organizational budget request platform, which any information that we generate for estimates has to then go through that budget request platform. We'll have the US Bank Government travel card site, which is where you log in to look at and make payments to your government travel card. Magnitech is for airline invoicing. We have all kinds of different workbooks, tax exemption forms, um, ways to do cost comparisons, and other resources and job aids that will have to be provided. Uh, but it will be nice to have them all in one area so that you're not going back into your favorites or looking back to see what you did last time. And so it's consistent each time and you have everything you need in one spot. This is the channel that I've established. Right now it's a test environment, so there's nobody else in it. But it will be where we can store resources. The back end of this is SharePoint, so it's very user friendly and everybody has access to it. And again, it makes it so that I can make posts and easily distribute information on change. And I've kind of started to work up what I'm thinking for the workbook and how it'll be locked, so that it calculates the actual balance within Concur, so your actual travel versus your estimate. It automatically calculates for all these totals. It'll have your lodging, meals, incidentals, airfare, fees. Everything will get added into this as you're processing your travel. So it gives you a pretty solid number that you can estimate and send in for budget. So that's it for slides. I did want to mention that I have also looked into other alternatives to use besides Excel, and I looked into VA has its internal developed light electronic action framework. We also have like Power Automate and a bunch of different tools that are done through our content hosting data team. And I've talked to them and I've talked to my supervisor as well. And we're still trying to determine if there would be kind of a best fit that could handle this, that everybody would have access to, and that we could make readily available fast, because that's another constraint. Things don't tend to happen quickly. Even getting development takes time. And so we're really looking at what we can get done within 5 weeks realistically and is actually attainable, and that we're not going to run into a roadblock that's going to make this impossible. So that's where I'm at as of right now. Look forward to hearing everybody's feedback. I really am just looking for creating a central location and trying to make everybody's life easier. So when you're doing these estimates, again, you're not going to all these different places trying to make sense of things. If somebody came in and we're brand new, they would be so confused at where to even start. So I kind of want to share my wealth of knowledge and make this easier on everybody else. So thanks. See you guys later.